Baintha Brakk, aka the Ogre, has seen only three ascents in history.
Baintha Brakk, also known as the Ogre, stands at 7,285 meters, or 23,900 feet, and is renowned for its steep, challenging climbs. It had thwarted numerous attempts by various climbers due to its technical difficulties and harsh weather conditions. But before, you should consider subscribing to this YouTube channel so as not to miss all the most extreme stories and news in the midst of nature. The Ogre is an impressive granite tower erupting from three groups of jagged Karakoram peaks: the Latoks, the Ogres, and the Biacharahi Towers. Baintha Brakk, aka the Ogre, has seen only three ascents in history. The first, in 1977 by Doug Scott and Chris Bonington, is one of those well-known mountain epics. After climbing the southwest spur to the south summit, Doug Scott broke both his legs in a fall but managed to crawl down the mountain. Improbably, both men survived. The disaster occurred in July 1977 and involved British climbers Doug Scott and Chris Bonington. On July 13, 1977, Doug Scott and Chris Bonington successfully reached the summit of Baintha Brakk, achieving the first ascent of the mountain. The climb was extremely challenging, involving severe weather conditions and difficult technical climbing. During the descent, Doug Scott broke both of his legs in a fall. The team faced severe weather conditions, including snowstorms, which hampered their progress and made the descent even more dangerous. The climbers ran out of food and had to endure extreme hardships, including limited shelter and exposure to the elements. Despite his injuries, Scott showed remarkable resilience and managed to crawl down the mountain with assistance from Bonington and other team members. It took the team several days to descend to safety, with Scott crawling for most of the descent. The rescue operation is considered one of the most remarkable survival stories in mountaineering history. The second descent by Ursa Stocker, Ewan Wolf, and Thomas Huber up the South Pillar took 20 failed attempts by several teams over 24 years. Kyle Dempster and Hayden Kennedy bagged the third ascent in 2012 via a new route up the south face and earned a Piolet d'Or for it. This is a difficult, dangerous mountain, no matter which side you try. The latest attempt on the Ogre took place in 2023. Francois Casanelli and Matteo della Bordella of Italy, Sylvain Schupbach of Switzerland, and Simon Welfringer of France attempted the southeast pillar. Due to conditions, they didn't make it very far. In 2012, Hervé Barmassi and Daniele Bernasconi reconnoitered the north face, which is even more vertical and dangerous than the south side. Again, bad weather prevented them from attempting the face. The north face of Baintha Brakk is one of the unsolved problems of the Himalaya. Now it's the Russians' turn to take on this formidable beast. Russians Ratmir Mukhometsyanov, Alexander Parfenov, and Alexei Sukharev are heading there to attempt his incredibly difficult face. Last year, the trio won the Russian version of the Piolet, or for their new route on Military Topographer's Peak in the central Tian Shan. Ogre has a slabby, friable, red and black streaked stone, which takes no protection and would not even remain in place for long enough to host a tool or a crampon. The Baintha Brakk remains a significant chapter in the history of mountaineering, illustrating the perilous nature of climbing some of the world's most challenging peaks and the extraordinary human spirit required to survive such ordeals.